Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me right now. You know, we're living in a world that's moving a million miles an hour. We got phones buzzing, people calling, bills piling up, emails hitting our inboxes, everybody wants something from you. And in the middle of all that noise, there's a little voice, a still, quiet voice that you can only hear if you slow down enough to listen. That, my friends, is the voice of God. The power of stillness. Emphasize the importance of slowing down in a fast-paced world to hear God's voice. Quiet time with God is not just a ritual, but an opportunity for personal transformation. Now, let's talk about the power of stillness, because I'm telling you right now, in a world that never stops moving, we've lost the art of being still. Think about it. When was the last time you actually took a moment to just be? To sit with yourself without distractions, without noise, without that constant buzz of your phone, or the pull of your to-do list. Stillness, my friends, is where transformation happens. But here's the thing, stillness is not something that comes naturally in this world we live in. We're conditioned to always be on the go, always be doing something, and always striving for the next thing. And while ambition is great, it can't replace the spiritual reset that comes from simply being quiet. In that stillness, you create the space for clarity. It's in that quiet time when you hear God's voice speaking directly to your heart. You begin to notice the subtle shifts in your mind and spirit that guide you in the right direction. You gain perspective on the chaos around you, because when you sit in stillness, you understand that you don't have to control everything. That's a big realization. You let go of the pressure, you find peace, and suddenly, the world doesn't seem so overwhelming anymore. Stillness is where you regain your strength. So I ask you, when's the last time you took a moment to be still? I challenge you to create that space today. Quality over quantity. It's not about how much time you spend, but the depth of that time spent in reflection and connection. Being present during your quiet time is crucial to get the full benefit now. Let me tell you something. It's not about how long you spend in quiet time. It's about the quality of that time. You see, we've all been sold this idea that the more time we spend doing something, the better the results, right? But when it comes to connecting with God, it's not about clocking in hours. It's about being fully present. You can sit there for an hour, and your mind could be racing a million miles a minute. You could be thinking about what to eat for lunch or worrying about that email you still need to send. You might be physically there, but your mind is somewhere else. That's not quality time. And I'm telling you, if you don't have focus, if you're not intentional about your time, then it's just wasted minutes. Think of it like this. You could have a conversation with someone for 5 minutes, but if you're listening intently, making eye contact, truly engaged in what they're saying, those 5 minutes will mean more than an hour of distracted talking. The same goes for God. When you give Him your full attention, when you really listen and open your heart, that's when the transformation happens. So don't get caught up in the time you think you need to spend. Just focus on being present in every single moment of your quiet time. Quality time trumps quantity every time, and that's the real key, setting priorities. Urge people to prioritize their time with God, setting it above the distractions of daily life. The discipline of consistent quiet time establishes a firm foundation for spiritual growth. Now, let me break this down for you. Setting priorities is absolutely essential. We're living in a time when everybody and everything wants a piece of your attention. You've got family, work, social obligations, bills, meetings. The list never ends. But let me ask you this. what is the most important thing in your life. You see, if you don't set priorities, life will set them for you, and trust me, the world isn't going to prioritize your spiritual well-being. It's up to you. You have to make time for what matters most. And, my friends, that starts with making time for God. Here's the thing. Time is the one thing you can never get back. If you let the demands of the world push you around, you'll look up and realize you haven't spent any time with the one who gave you this life. But when you set God as your priority, when you carve out time for Him every single day, your whole life shifts. You make room for peace, for direction, for growth, and everything else that's truly valuable will follow. I want you to ask yourself, what's my priority today? Because if God is truly your priority, you'll make sure that time with Him isn't just something you fit in when you have time. It becomes the foundation on which everything else stands. That's how you build a life that truly matters. Building a relationship with God. Quiet time is not just about asking God for things, but about deepening your personal relationship with Him. Teach that prayer is a conversation and a relationship with God is a two-way street. Now, let's talk about building a relationship with God. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking prayer is just a checklist. I've got to pray for this, ask for that, say my thanks, and move on. But I'm here to tell you, prayer is not about transactions. It's about transformation. It's not just about asking for stuff. It's about deepening your relationship with the Creator. Think of it like any other relationship in your life. If all you're doing is asking for things and never listening, never really engaging, it's not much of a relationship, is it? When you spend quiet time with God, you're not just speaking to Him, you're opening your heart to Him. You're saying, God, I want to hear what you have to say to me. You're allowing Him to guide you, challenge you, and shape your life. That's the power of connection. And here's the truth. You can't build a relationship with someone if you're only reaching out when you need something. That's a one-sided relationship. You need to be present, vulnerable, and engaged. God is always there, waiting to meet you. The question is, will you make the time to meet Him? Build that relationship, and you'll find that everything in your life starts to flow from a place of purpose and peace. Finding peace in the storm, show that even in chaos, quiet time with God can offer peace and clarity. This practice helps guide you through difficult situations, bringing serenity to a hectic world. Let me tell you something, you're going to face some storms in life. That's a given. Whether it's personal struggles, professional setbacks, or the kind of problems that make you question everything, life will throw challenges your way. But here's what I want you to understand. Quiet time with God is where you find peace in the storm. I'm talking about a peace that doesn't come from circumstances, but from your connection to something greater than yourself. When the world is shaking around you, you can find a stillness, a sense of calm, that grounds you and helps you see things more clearly. You know what's powerful? Quiet time with God teaches you that not everything needs a reaction. Not every storm needs to be fought. Not every problem needs to be solved on the spot. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just be still, trust, and let God work things out. You begin to realize that with Him, you don't have to worry about the outcome. You don't have to have all the answers. So next time life hits you with a challenge, I want you to remember, in the middle of that storm, you have access to peace that surpasses all understanding. It's available to you, but only if you take the time to sit with it. Impacting your life and those around you, Highlight how regular quiet time doesn't just transform the individual, but can have a ripple effect on others. A person who spends quiet time with God has more wisdom, patience, and love to offer the world. Now, here's where things get really interesting. When you spend quiet time with God, it doesn't just change you, it changes everything around you. You see, when you're in alignment with God, when your spirit is grounded and at peace, you start to show up differently in the world. The energy you carry, the way you interact with people, your decisions, your responses, it all begins to reflect that inner peace. And you know what? That energy is contagious. People around you will feel it. They'll notice something different about you. They'll feel your calm, your patience, your wisdom, and they'll wonder, what is it about this person? But here's the kicker. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being a saint. It's about being authentic. And when you spend time with God, you begin to operate from a place of authentic love, patience, and wisdom, because those qualities are flowing through you, not from you. You're simply the vessel. When you're rooted in that quiet time with God, it ripples out to your family, your community, your coworkers. You'll find that your influence and your impact multiply. The best thing you can do for the world is to take care of your spirit first. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at how much good you bring to others.